Welcome back. We are talking with registered dietitian Laura Jobe. She's with Cone Health Nutrition and Diabetes Education Services. Laura, when we go to the grocery store, there are all kinds of labels on the foods. What do we need to actually pay attention to?
Oh, so many things to look at. I would look at the list of ingredients. Where does um, sugar fall on that list to try to decrease our sugar intake? Look at how many ingredients are in that food. Do they contain emulsifiers or other things that might be negative towards our gut health? What is the saturated fat? Does it have more than a third of the total fat is saturated fat? We want to have less than one third. What about the sodium content? So many things to compare and look at when we go to the grocery store.
What about all the buzzwords like farm fresh and organic? Do any of those really matter?
Um, well,
It depends, I
hmm.
guess.
Yeah, it does. I think that there's a lot of labels put on things. For instance, right now we're seeing protein thrown on everything. And really, when it comes to protein, it's best to get it from the foods that we eat. And we can get protein from nuts and seeds, whole grains, vegetables, lean meats, tofu. So there's many sources of protein. That's the most ideal place to get protein. Organic. It does take some work for the farmers to get certified as an organic farm. And we can look at, say, the Dirty Dozen list that's been out there a while. But I would rather that a person eat than be so strict as to just want organic and then not be able to afford the food that's there.
You talked about protein. That is like all the rage right now. Every commercial talks about it. In a balanced diet, how
Yes.
much protein do you actually need?
Oh my. So if you're about a 150-pound person, that would be 1 gram minimally per kilo. So that would be about 70 grams a day. And I know that there's some talk about that number should be a lot more. And truly, it depends on where you are in life. What are your goals? Are you an athlete, or are you do you have an office job? Do you have what's your health like? Do you have some kidney issues? If you have some kidney issues, certainly being excessive with your protein intake would typically not be ideal.
Are there other ways that our diet should change as we evolve and age?
Um, I think that our appetite tends to lower sometimes as we age. I think that it's good that we can be more in tune to our body, to just determine when I'm feeling um, hunger, but also, am I eating enough even though I am not hungry? Um, am I finding ways to decrease my sugar intake? What you drink does matter, particularly I think as we age. Insulin resistance increases. So that's our body's ability to utilize insulin and get that sugar into the cells. And as insulin insufficiency increases, that increases our risk for diabetes. So thinking about what we drink and doing activities and eating behaviors that improve our insulin sensitivity. So lots of fiber, exercise, not drinking those sugary drinks.
I know for me, eating healthy like this, I can really only do it if I meal plan ahead. You have any advice to help us plan those meals?
You're right on target. That meal planning is so important. So I might make one pot of soup every week, particularly in the winter. If you live by yourself, they now sell these. Uh, they're not. They're not. They sell individual containers, but there's also the ones that are made with a certain rubber, and you can put the soup in that and make cubes and pop them out and put them in a Ziploc bag with the date on it. And so you can get a variety. At the end of 6 weeks, you've got a variety of things to choose from. And so that's an easy way to prep ahead, taking one day a week where you're thinking about maybe 2 or 3 meals for that week, or I might look at breakfast and maybe make some overnight oats. Even though I don't prefer to eat them cold, I can pop them in the microwave easily in the morning, and that's a readily accessible, easy breakfast. Adding some nuts for some protein, and some fresh fruit, and that can be a balanced meal.
Okay, as we leave you here, what's one piece of advice people can start today to be healthier?
One piece of advice. So I think of the 80-20 rule, as far as ultra processed foods. So for the most part, we want to choose things that are not processed, but we might want to have that little piece of cake every now and again, or some treat. Try to keep that 20% or less of the diet. Better to be 90-10 even, percentage of your intake be from those ultra processed foods. Really look at decreasing that sugar, increasing those vegetables. We as a society here in America do not eat enough vegetables, and that is so important, for our overall health.
Well, thank you so much. We learned a lot today. As you say, moderation is everything in life.